So to start this tutorial off, what we're going to do is use an old piece of soap that we've had hanging around, and we're going to cut this up into some square bits, basically square chunks. So this was a pour I did using a vertical mold that had like a crisscross pattern through it, and I poured a different colour into each. I just thought, this has been hanging around, I've done nothing with it, let's do something interesting with this soap. So what we're going to do with this is basically chop this up into little squares and then use that as like a mosaic or terrazzo style in the main soap itself. This is really simple, really quite easy. And what I'll do is I'll fast forward through this little bit here so you can see exactly what we do and what we've got, and then we'll move on to making the batter and making the soap. This is just basically cutting up soap, but as long as you've got a nice sharp knife and a good cutting board, you can do this with any soap, and this is probably a good 6 months old. So again, if you go slowly, use a nice sharp knife and cut it relatively thinly. And if you're having trouble with it, you can pop it into the oven for about, say, 5 to 7 minutes, which should soften the soap down just enough for you to be able to cut it. But do be careful when doing that, because obviously the soap is going to be hot. So just little and often to get that soap just up to a nice texture for cutting. Otherwise, if you don't want to cut it into bits like this, you could always grate it into kind of shreds and use that to go through the soap, and that's more of a kind of confetti soap rather than a mosaic soap, but it's exactly the same process if you want to use it. So we've got our bits here. What we're going to do is we're going to add some soap into a little bit of this, pile it into the corner here, so it all kind of sits in, and it sits into this corner, and then we're going to pour the rest of the soap in over the top. So it's all going to be the same colour, and I thought what we do is use this really lovely kind of electric blue just to ever so slightly tint our blue colour. And because this is going into one colour, we'll pop that into there. Now I am going to add just a smidgen of titanium dioxide just to keep the colour nice and white, like that. Now this will all come together, so you'll see that it won't mix through properly at the minute, but we have this lovely light blue colour with all of our kind of different colours stood within that. So what I will do is just pop our stick blender in, give that a quick bounce, and then give us a little bit of a see there, we've got that really lovely light blue colour. We're going to leave our fragrance oil out at the moment just to be on the safe side. In actual fact, I'm going to put a little bit more white in there. Okay, so let's get this starting to mix, get it to an emulsion, and then see how this all goes. So again, we're going to pour our lye solution down the stick blender, and I'm working quite cool for this. So that into there. Now with palm, you may find that you get the occasional false trace. Lovely kind of like pale blue there. It's absolutely stunning. Because these are small amounts, we don't need to worry too much, but you can see there how we've got a bit of titanium dioxide that wasn't mixed in, and you're always going to get that with titanium dioxide if you don't get it thoroughly put in. But we're going to deal with that, that's no problem. So that is that. Now what I am going to do is to save us some headache along the line with our fragrance, and because I want this to kind of have a little bit, so you can see how that's just starting to thicken up there a little bit, we're going to add some of our pieces into a separate jug. I'm going to pour that into there, and then we're going to stir that through and coat all of those pieces. I'm going to actually just add a little bit of that back into there. Now, in order to get this kind of staying where we want it, I'm just going to pop a piece of soap down, and then we're going to add this into the corner. Here. What I'm going to do is to keep that in the right place. I'm just going to push everything into where I want it, into that corner, to keep everything really into there. And then what I can do is I can add my fragrance oil into here. If that starts to thicken, that's no problem. And I'm actually going to give that a little bit of a additional stick blend, just to get that fully incorporated, because we're getting a little bit of ricing. So we've got a little bit of acceleration there, but that's fine. What we can do with that is just allow that to kind of force our... So let's put that into this corner here. And we'll then add all of that into there. Give it a... into there. You can see how nicely and thick that has become. I'm going to take our little spoon. I think we're just going to give this a little bit of a texture on the top. Something like that. And as a nod, we can sprinkle a little line of these across the top. To get them stuck into our soap. As a nod to the kind of soap that's going to be kind of held in that corner, hopefully. And then we'll let that solidify, come back and cut that in 24 to 36 hours. Here we are back with our kind of Terrazzo Mosaic Chic soap. So let's see how we've got on. So this has been saponifying for about 24 hours now. Is it going to come out of here easily? Yeah, not bad, not bad. There we go. So we have a little bit of discoloration here from the fragrance oil. So you can see it's a bit grey here to here, but hopefully everything will meld out. But really, it doesn't really matter. Love the top on that one. We're going to take a little sliver off of the side here. And let's get into our Chic Terrazzo soap. And there we go. There we have all of those colours coming through beautifully at the bottom here. Could probably put a few less in there, but I'm not entirely disappointed with that one. We've actually got quite a nice colour going through here. This will probably become a little more grey as time goes on, but I'm really not unhappy with that one. And that's our first bar there. Next one. And again, just a really nice colourful soap. See how all of this is filled in? Because we mixed this with our batter, it has filled in all of those gaps. We don't have any cavities or anything like that within this soap, which is always a good thing. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow and allows me to make more videos and tutorials for all of you. When you subscribe, don't forget to click the bell icon if you'd like to get notified when a new video is uploaded. And thanks a lot, Soapsters. I'll see you again next time.